The year 2021 witnessed Miami's demographic landscape in a state of flux, with a particular focus on the exponential rise of its Hispanic population. A city once regarded as a mere frontier village in the late 1800s underwent a metamorphosis, establishing itself as a unique Latin American enclave within the United States. The narrative takes root in history, tracing the early waves of immigration that laid the groundwork for Miami's diverse population. In the late 1800s, Cubans and Puerto Ricans sought refuge from Spanish colonialism, finding solace in the geographical proximity of Florida to Central America and the Caribbean. Simultaneously, economic forces played a pivotal role, with trade between the Spanish West Indies and Florida facilitating the migration of Puerto Rican and Dominican sugar plantation workers. However, it was the Cuban Revolution of 1959 that acted as a catalyst, reshaping Miami's destiny. A new wave of Cubans, predominantly middle-class professionals and educated individuals, sought asylum from Fidel Castro's socialist regime. Between 1961 and 1970, approximately 290,000 Cubans migrated to Florida, followed by an additional 265,000 in the subsequent decade. This influx transformed Miami's Cuban expat population from a mere 10,000 to an astounding 500,000 by the end of the 1960s. The U.S. government responded by enacting the Cuban Adjustment Act in 1966, making Cubans the only Latino group eligible for a green card after 1 year of residence in the USA. The Cuban expatriates, comprising landowners and professionals, transported their businesses from Havana, shaping Miami's economic and cultural landscape. A significant chapter unfolded in the early 1980s with the Mariel boat lift, as economic troubles and declining living standards in Cuba led to another 125,000 Cubans fleeing to Miami. Despite efforts to deter their arrival, including repatriation to Guantanamo Bay, loopholes in asylum laws obligated the U.S. government to process their cases. By the late 1980s, Miami's population stood at 26% Latin American, primarily driven by the Cuban demographic. However, the city's allure extended beyond Cuban refugees. Nicaraguans fleeing the Sandinista government in the 1970s and 80s, including members of the high society and skilled workers, joined the burgeoning Hispanic community. Political unrest in El Salvador and Guatemala further fueled immigration, solidifying Miami's status as a rapidly developing Latin city. The 1990s brought an influx of Colombians seeking refuge from drug cartels, political corruption, and terrorism. Kidnappings, cartel activities, and violent assassinations prompted a wave of affluent Colombians to choose Miami as a sanctuary. This period also saw the arrival of Peruvians escaping terrorism and hyperinflation, followed by professional Argentinians seeking a more stable economic climate. By 1990, an estimated 400,000 Central and South Americans had made Florida their home. This influx had profound economic implications, positioning Miami as a key player in business and commerce during a rapidly globalizing era. The financial industry in particular thrived, with Cuban exiles playing a pivotal role in establishing Miami as an international banking hub. As Miami became a melting pot of diverse Hispanic cultures, a new generation of immigrants emerged. Venezuelans responding to political shifts in their home country after Hugo Chávez's election in 1999 added to the city's burgeoning Latin American population. The term Latin American began to envelop the diverse national origins as intermingling and intermarrying blurred the lines under the overarching pursuit of the American dream. Economically, Miami's trajectory continued to ascend. By 2012, the city had surpassed Los Angeles in hosting the highest concentration of immigrant-owned businesses, reaching 45%. The critical infrastructure tailored to people from similar backgrounds further solidified Miami's appeal as a haven for affluent Hispanics. In the present day, Miami stands as a strategic geographical bridge between Spanish and English cultures. For Latin American businessmen and startup entrepreneurs, the city offers a locale with a steady supply of audiences and consumers from similar backgrounds, facilitating networking and business expansion. Moreover, Miami's Spanish-speaking environment provides a safer option for real estate investment, attracting those seeking stability amidst political strife or devalued currency in their native countries. Miami's growth, however, has not been without challenges. Existing residents sometimes feel threatened by the demographic shift, leading to tensions and policy changes. In the 1980s, Miami gained notoriety for drug trade activities, political conflicts, and criminal elements associated with certain immigrant groups. Despite challenges, Miami's Cuban residents continue to shape the city's cultural, economic, and political fabric. Politicians campaign in Spanish, and the city has produced prominent American figures like Marco Rubio and the Suarez family, contributing to the Latin American influence in the U.S. political landscape. In conclusion, Miami's journey from a small frontier village to a thriving Latin American enclave reflects the intricate interplay of historical, economic, and political forces. The city's trajectory underscores the enduring allure of the American dream for diverse Hispanic communities and solidifies Miami's status as a dynamic center of commerce and culture within the United States.